I'd like to take the roll. Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan will not be here tonight. Trustee Olenichik?
Here?
Trustee Trausch? Here. Trustee Phelan?
Here.
Trustee Duhigg?
Here.
We do have a quorum, and I'd like to ask for a motion to appoint a president pro tem for tonight's meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Tom Duhigg President Pro Tem.
Second.
Take the roll. Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichik?
Yes.
Trustee Trausch? Yes. Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Do I call Duhigg?
Yes.
Trustee Duhigg?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Come on up, Tom.
Good thing you were last.
Okay, Tom. You're going to start. You got the agenda? All right.
All right, first thing we're going to do,
Follow the agenda.
cut everybody's taxes, all right? And
You have to wait for the new board.
drinks around the house. When Tom buys, everybody buys. All seriousness,
Pledge allegiance.
we can get started. We did our roll call. Village trustees, time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, stand, please. Pledge allegiance. The first item on our agenda is public comments, and we have Andy.
I'll try to be quick here. Just like to say my thanks to Trustee Trausch for her service and for coming to the meeting. I appreciate that. I wish the other two would have, but that's their decision. I'd like to thank the President Pro Tem for being my friend for 8 years and being a tremendous person and funny guy and always staying calm during the winds of fighting, which I caused a lot of, and other people too, and always coming up with great lines. The one I stole was the out brief candle thing that you would remember.
Which you can say to me tonight.
No, the other person deserved it who got that, but I just remember that, and I'd like to thank the 6th District trustee who's been my best friend for the past 8 years on this board. Tom Phelan has been the most passionate and outstanding knowledge of the issues, and the only guy knows more crazier than me about politics, I think. And I'm not married, so I can do it. This guy still does. I don't know if his wife, he might be on
Stop right there.
Maury Povich's show after this, but a tremendous advocate you both were, and Trustee Trausch, for your districts. And I wish you best of luck in your future endeavors, all you guys. And I'd like to congratulations to the new trustees and the re-elected trustee and the best clerk and advocate the Village of Oak Lawn has ever had, and Jane Quinlan. The best. The best. And congrats to the new president of the Board of Trustees, and Sandy Berry, great person. Best of luck to everyone and the new board members. And I also have a gift for the new president. It's a little momentum for history's sake.
Our next comments are from Michael Blordos from GenCare.
Good evening, Board. There's actually a petition that's before the Board of Trustees this evening concerning a GenCare medical facility and parking variance. I just respectfully request that we can reserve my comments until after the petition is heard. It more pertains to that particular variance than anything else. Would that be okay? I don't want to sidetrack the agenda going forward.
Yeah.
Is that fine?
Okay. Thank you.
So noted. Then Jim Garrett
Chicago Southland Convention Bureau.
from Chicago Southland Convention Bureau.
Thank you. I've had the opportunity to work with many of the trustees here, and I want to just thank you all for the commitment and the passion that you've had to try to further the value and economic opportunities for the village of Oaklawn. Our job is, of course, to bring conventions and trade shows and sporting events to the area, fill hotels and that kind of stuff. And without your valued support, it wouldn't happen. And we're looking forward to, we want to say goodbye to those that have been so passionate in serving on this board. I also want to congratulate the people behind the scenes that do a lot of the work, that don't get the credit, and that's the staff. They're incredible, good, great people. And I just want to say thank you, Sandra. I have a gift for you, too. It's a brand-new car, but I couldn't get it up the stairs. Congratulations. Thank you.
Our next comments are from Steve Radis.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Temp and Board of Trustees. Mr. President, I actually signed the booklet to speak tonight about the House of Brides. I've got some information that I think is critical that the residents should know, but I guess out of respect, after noticing that they're not on the agenda, I think I'll hold my comments and leave tonight for you guys, for the incoming and outgoing board, and respectfully hold my comments on that at this point. But I do want to thank all our trustees who have served, yourself and Cindy and Tom, who've served so greatly for so many years, and I want to wish Mayor Burry and the incoming trustees the best of luck. Thank you.
Our next item on the agenda is number 4, approval of meeting minutes, regular meeting minutes dated April 23rd, 2013.
So moved.
Ask for a motion. Motion by Trustee Strite
Second by Cindy.
and second by Cindy Trouse.
Take the roll.
Take the roll.
Take the roll. Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Abstain?
Trustee Trausch?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Duhigg?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0-1.
The next item is item 5, approval of meeting minutes, special meeting minutes dated April 26, 2013.
Motion to approve.
Motion
Second.
approved. Second, motion approved by Trustee Strite, seconded by Trustee Phelan. Please take the roll.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Abstain?
Trustee Trausch?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
President Pro Tem Duhigg?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0-1.
And item 6 are remarks by the outgoing officials. President Dave Heileman is not here, starting with trustee from District 1, Cindy Trausch.
It's very difficult. I just want to say that it was a very big honor and a very privilege to serve District 1. I was so taken back by the people that I've met, and it was an honor to be able to do whatever they could ask of me and to move forward with this village of Oaklawn. I congratulate the new board, and I hope that they continue the work and move the village forward. Thank you.
And as President Pro Tem, I'm going to skip my order, and I'm going to go to Trustee Phelan.
Well, you might be sorry about that. You know, I thought about what I would say, and what I'm going to say is it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. And good luck to everybody here. That's it.
Okay. I would like you all to know, number one, thanks to all my supporters, starting with my family. Couldn't do this without them. My wife Marilyn, my son Tom, and my brother Mike, who was with me every step of the way in the campaign. And so a big thank you to them and all my supporters. I also want to thank the heads of all of our different departments, and I promise not to make this a very long ordeal here, but it deserves recognition. Our Public Works Department is second to none anywhere in the suburbs, anywhere in the South Side. With Steve Barrett does an unbelievable job, and so does every one of his people in his staff. I've never called him where I didn't get a call back within 5 minutes or so at the most, and matters are taken care of in a very expeditious manner. So I thank Steve Barrett for his service, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention Heather Green, our forestry leader. There isn't a tree that she doesn't like, or in a bush she doesn't like, and sometimes it's a little bit difficult to persuade her to chop it down or leave it up, but she does a great job for the village. And sitting next to me are our village clerk and her staff, Carmi and Chris. They are always Johnny on the spot. They're never too busy to help, and that's just a wonderful thing for all of you new trustees that are coming in. Should know that, and you can count on them. Our code enforcement officer, Jeannie Gelsen, is absolutely fantastic. She is on top of her game. She knows our ordinances, and when something is wrong, believe me, you don't want her on your bad side. She does a great job with all of our village ordinances and codes. And then last but not least is our engineering department. With Jack Gallagher, Ida and Michelle, they're just tremendously helpful. I've gone to them at last minute stuff, and it's not only them, but Chris and Carmi. These difficult things just take a little while. The impossible just takes a little longer. That's the attitude, and they just do a fantastic job. And I want to also mention Joseph Tower. He is an unbelievable asset for our village. He has mapped our streets, our infrastructure, our sewers, our pipes, our street lights. We're way ahead of any other village around us. And Joseph does an absolutely fantastic job. And last but not least, I said that once, but this time I really mean it. Our Planning and Development Commission has just done an invaluable job through the last year or so. It has been a pleasure working with all of them, and I appreciate all of their help and all of their concern regarding the matters that they take care of. So once again, thank you all for your support, and the new trustees, you're coming into a real nice home. Thank you. It's time now to administer the oath of office by Judge Denise Filan.
Also ask Commissioner John Daly to come up.
How are you?
Denise.
Before I introduce everyone, I would like to thank the outgoing trustees. Each and every one of you brought your own leadership into your respective area, and I want to thank you for your strong leadership to the people of Oak Lawn. Many times, I know it's very hard to lose an election, but I will tell you a story that my mom told me when my dad lost an election in 1946. And it was the first time, needless to say, he lost an election, and he, the only countywide candidate who lost an election at 46. And his mother told him at the time, well, one door shuts and another one opens. And he went on to be a very successful man. I want to thank each and every one of you and wish you the best. And now it's my honor to introduce for the oath of office, Judge Denise Filan will be administering the office to your new village president, Dr. Sandra Berry.
Tim? Alex?
And the other members who will, is village, okay.
Standing here with me are my Oaklawn First team.
Okay, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Dr. Sandra Berry,
Dr. Sandra Berry,
having been elected
having been elected
to the office
to the office
of Village President
of Village President
in the Village of Oaklawn,
in the Village of Oaklawn,
County of Cook,
County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
of Village President
of Village President
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Okay, my cheeks hurt from smiling now. Okay. Thank you.
And of course, the village clerk, the Honorable Jane Quinlan. Jane.
Please come up. My husband Pat, my mother Dorothy, daughter Colleen, and son John. Please come to come up here. Come on over with me. Jen's my daughter Colleen. Commissioner Daley. Nice to meet you. Son John.
Nice to meet you, John.
I have two sons that live out of town, or they'd be here tonight, so. My mother Dorothy. Great story. We love her.
Yeah, we'll go back your picture, can
Sure. Okay. Okay, sure. Good. Stay with
you
me.
want to stay with her?
Oh, sure. Oh, I don't have my seat.
Raise your right hand. Ready?
I,
State your name.
Jane M. Quinlan,
Having been elected
having been elected
to the office
to the office
of Village Clerk
of Village Clerk
in the Village of Oaklawn,
in the Village of Oaklawn,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will faithfully
I will faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
of Village Clerk
of Village Clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Okay, you guys go back now. Go back.
And Trustee District 1, Tim Desmond.
Come on, Desmond.
Hi, Tom.
You left a couple at home, didn't you?
Yeah. Big family.
Okay, girls. Huh? There you go.
Oh.
Everybody here? All right.
Is everybody ready? Okay. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
Tim Desmond,
Having been elected
having been elected
to a 2-year
to a 2-year
unexpired term
unexpired term
to the office
to the office
of District 1
of District 1
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
in the Village of Oak Lawn,
in the Village of Oak Lawn,
County of Cook,
County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will faithfully
I will faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
of District 1
of District 1
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
And District 2, Alex Olenichek. Alex.
Waiting for my finger.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I
I,
state your name.
Alex G. Olenichek,
Having been elected
having been elected
to the office
to the office
of District 2
of District 2
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
in the Village of Oak Lawn,
in the Village of Oak Lawn,
County of Cook,
County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will faithfully
I will faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
of District 1
of District 2
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. I'm going to stand over here.
District 4, Terry Forder. I'm sorry, Forder.
Wish I had a name like Daly.
So does everybody.
District.
How are you?
My two kids are working tonight, so they couldn't be with me, and that's a good thing.
Okay, do you want to stand back a little bit so the flag can be in your picture? Okay. All right, you ready? Yeah, I still ready. Please raise your right hand.
I,
State your name.
Terry Vorderer,
Having been elected
having been elected
to the office
to the office
of District 4
of District 4,
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
in the Village of Oak Lawn,
in the Village of Oak Lawn,
County of Cook,
County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United
of the
States
United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of
of the
Illinois,
State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will
I will
faithfully
faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office of District 4
District 4
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
to the best of my
to the
ability.
best of my ability. Denise has been a friend of mine for many, many years, and she lives in my district, so I'm happy she knows the number. Thank you.
In District 6, Michael Carberry. Michael?
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, want to move this so you can have some room? You raise your right hand, repeat after me. I,
Mike Carberry,
having been elected
having been elected
to the office
to the office
of District 6
of District 6
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
in the Village of Oak
in
Lawn,
the Village of Oak Lawn,
County of Cook,
County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the
the
Constitution
Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of
of
the State of Illinois,
the State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will
I will
faithfully
faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
of District 6
of District 6
Village Trustee
Village Trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Before I leave, I just wanted to congratulate and wish all to the village president, to village Sandra, to Jane, to Tim and Alex and Terry and Mike, my congratulations and best wishes. I look forward as a county commissioner to working with you, working with this entire board. I know your vision, Sandra, and it is to run a village or on a board is very challenging. This village will face a lot of challenges, but I will tell you, the county is there willing to support you 100%. And I wish you and the entire board members the best. And to Larry, I thank you for your hard work on all the issues that are affected at the county level. And it's an honor for me to work with you, Larry, as you look to the future, and it's not just a short-term vision, it's the vision of the whole future, 5, 10 years from now, where Oak Lawn will be. And Sandra, I wish you the best. Congratulations again.
We're going to get a picture.
Judge, we want to
Take a picture.
Can you take a picture with the? Of course. Thank you. Okay, can I get
Picture
everyone
with
kind of
everybody in.
here? Just one for all the
Board members.
And you too, Commissioner.
We have to kind of squeeze in. Good?
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
While we're getting situated, I want to acknowledge my family who's here. My father, Bruno. My brother, Bob. My sister, Sue. My Aunt Lorraine. And my cousin, Kathleen. So thank you. And if people wanted to just stay for the swearing in, that is done. If you want to stay for the whole meeting, you can, but feel free if you can't. This is when we start the business part of the meeting.
All go. For everybody leaving, I'm going to say thank you, Mom. For everybody that's come tonight and going to leave, and if you're not going to leave, we'd love to have you, but thank you very much for all your support. So I know personally so many of my supporters are here tonight. Thank you so much. It's Carmen. I'll get Carmi to get another agenda. It's okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, where are we going?
We'll take about a minute while the room settles down.
Won't be long.
I'm all off on my things right now.
Can't find my glasses.
How are you?
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Nope.
New business.
Jane, can you pass my
How are you?
elixir?
Congratulations.
Diet Pop? Oh, yeah. What's that? Oh, wait, let me pour some water. Gonna go, Cal? Okay. Thanks, Cal.
How are you? Good to see you again. Long time.
You'll just, I'll let you know when you need the most.
Thanks, Mom. Careful, Cal.
So for those of you, oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be emotional.
Whenever biscuits.
Who's doing it?
Okay.
Let me know how it goes. I'll try to.
So we're going to call the meeting back to order. And I'm going to start with new business by village trustees. District 1, Trustee Desmond. New business.
If you have no new business, just say you don't have any.
Nothing?
Do you have any new business to go to? You don't go to that yet.
Not yet.
Just say I don't have anything new to report.
I don't have anything new.
You got it. What do you need?
He doesn't have any new business to report.
Oh, you have none? He has no new business.
Okay, no new business in District 1. District 2, Trustee Olenichek.
Yeah, I do want to go over a couple of things. I do want to thank the outgoing trustees and mayor. I will tell you that when you first state that you're going to run and you go through the motion and knock on doors and say that I'd like to be your trustee, and then you get elected, and then you work with the team, whether you're on the same side or you're not on the same side. We all have families, we all have wants and needs, we all have likes. And, you know, serving on any board, any village board, any park district board, any board, takes a lot away from your families, takes a lot away from your friends, and shows the true character behind individuals. So when I see, you know, Trustee Trausch, who came in and was called upon and she jumped right in and did what she thought was good for District 1. I commend her for the job that she did. For Mayor Dave Heilman, for the 8 years that he was a trustee, I thank him for the service that he did for the village of Oak Lawn. But inevitably, you grow fond of working with some people. And I know that Tom Phelan is standing outside the door, so he probably won't hear this, which will be good. But whether it was balancing a budget, whether it was looking at Fall on the Green and saying, how can we take something that didn't make money and make something good of it and be good for the village, whether it's, trying to entertain families with the different bands that were brought in, whether it's the summer concert series, the movies, working with the many departments and even trustees to help us better understand the finance. People truly don't understand that, this program that we sit in front of every 2 weeks and discuss village business, there's a lot more to it, and there's a lot of people that put a lot of time into it. And you'll always hear people talk about Tom in being detailed-oriented. He is. You'll always hear people talk about Tom being very hard at work, and he is. And I will tell you that we started this journey together 8 years ago, and to see you be able to walk away, I admire that, but to know the type of quality of individual you are and how you could inspire people to do better and to become better, and the things that you've done for this village is very, very near and dear to me. I look at some of the things that have been said about you and other board members, and I'm just glad that the people of the village of Oak Lawn truly understood the types of people that work for you on a daily basis. And, what's very near and dear to my heart is seeing the vote, the way the vote came out, so we could continue on doing the good work that we've started with good examples and knowing that we work for the people of the village of Oak Lawn. Each and every one of our friends, family, relatives, neighbors, those are the people that we work for. And we owe it to you not to raise taxes, not to spend your money irresponsibly, and to do the best job that we possibly can. And I know that working with Tom Phelan, his commitment when he first came through the door was, I will use my experience in business to make this village a better place. And I can look at whether it's the fire and pension fund, or whether it's the looking ahead and saying, hey, the economy's not looking good, we as a village need to prepare for that. Or whether it's just a guy that you could call and say, Tom, I'm not an accountant, I don't understand some of the expenditures, the debits and the credits. And being able to get that common sense answer and call him any time of the day or night, you grow a special bond. So to you, Tom, my hat's off. I appreciate everything that you have done for the village of Oak Lawn and for me personally. I do have to talk about ComEd. ComEd, we had our major power outage on 2 months ago. They told us that they were going to get back to us in 30 days. They did not. They told us they were going to get back to us in 60 days. They have not. Larry Deachin, have you heard from ComEd yet?
I have not.
And for those of you who haven't been affected by ComEd, God bless you. For those of you who have been affected by ComEd, this village and this village board has made a commitment that we will continue to work towards getting better, more consistent power, whether you live on the north side of Oak Lawn, the south side, east side, or west side. But right now, we're dealing with a power surge that Commonwealth Edison knows that happened. Thousands of dollars of electronics were damaged, and we as the village believe that Commonwealth Edison is responsible for it, and they need to make the residents whole that have been affected by that, and that's what we'll continue to work for. I do think it's a good sign that they didn't outwardly deny the claims at this point, but it's something that we need to hold their feet to the fire for. I just want to thank the residents personally. It is truly an honor to be your trustee in the village of Oak Lawn, and I want to thank you personally for entrusting me with 4 more years, and I will continue to work hard for you. Thank you.
District 3, Trustee Straight.
Thank you. First of all, I too would like to thank the outgoing board members, Trustee Tom Phelan, Trustee Tom Duhigg, and Trustee Cindy Trausch, for their service to this village board and to the residents of Oak Lawn. We have not always agreed, but I know that you came to the job with the desire to serve. The commitment to serve took away time from your families and your jobs, and I know as well as anyone the sacrifice that you made to serve the village. I would also like to thank Mayor Dave Heilman for his time and service as president of this board. I think his administration will best be remembered for his commitment to families, children, and improving the quality of life here in the village of Oak Lawn. I would also like to congratulate trustees Alex Olenichek and clerk Jane Quinlan on their re-elections. Once again, the people of Oak Lawn have put their faith in you. I would also like to welcome incoming trustees Mike Carberry, Terry Vorder, and Tim Desmond. I've spoken briefly to all of you, and I think we all share the desire to make Oak Lawn a better community. I also welcome our new mayor, Sandra Berry. The change with your election creates an opportunity. After 22 years, I've worked with I've worked with a lot of trustees, but very few mayors. We've only had 2 mayors in that time, and of course now we have our 3rd mayor, and congratulations. The mayor's position is one that requires leadership, vision, and an ability to reach out to everyone involved. The hard truth is that when you're elected, you have to put aside your differences and work with everyone to make our community function. Rest assured that I look forward to working with you on the issues to improve the village of Oak Lawn. A lot has been accomplished in the past 8 years by the former mayor, trustees, and our staff, and I hope that together we can accomplish even more.
Thank you.
The last issue that I would like to address is Oak Lawn has always been a community in which we pride ourselves on assisting those in need. Neighbors help neighbors, and everyone pitches in when someone needs our help. The village has developed some excellent programs to serve those in need. 8% of our residents are below the poverty level, and our food pantries try to serve those who need help feeding their families. The Public Action to Deliver Shelter Program, or PADS, supplies a place for the homeless to sleep and warm meals during the cold winter. Not only single men and women, but whole families that have lost their homes. Senior citizens make up a good percentage of our residents. There is a program to help provide snow shoveling and raking leaves for seniors. Seniors are also entitled to discounts on their refuse bills and vehicle stickers. As of April, over 4,000 seniors, the age of over 65, take advantage of the refuse bill discount, which is over 26% of the 15,000 residential refuse customers in the village of Oak Lawn. Of the over 40,000 vehicle stickers that were issued in 2012, there were 6,204 senior vehicle stickers issued and 78 truck stickers, which means seniors represented over 15%. You must be age 62 to receive 1 discounted vehicle sticker per household at a cost of $5. We also recognize veterans who make up almost 9% of our residents with points towards village jobs and a service on Veterans Day. But there is one group that we have missed over the years, and that's the permanently disabled. In Oak Lawn, almost 30% of men who are disabled are also poor, and almost 25% of women who are disabled are also poor. As a point of interest, 224 handicap stickers or parking placards were issued for those providing proof of a handicap. Many handicapped have no need for one since they use PACE, the senior bus, or alternative transportation. In fact, it is very likely that you live near someone who suffers from a permanent disability. The county offers a property tax exemption for the disabled as a way of recognizing the special needs that they have. In fairness to, in order to assist our disabled citizens, I am proposing that the permanently disabled be entitled to the same discount that off their refuse bill that is given to seniors. I'm also proposing that a person with a permanent disability be provided a discount on 1 vehicle sticker and pay $5 for that sticker instead of the usual rate of $25. In order that we keep the budget balanced, I suggest that we put a donation box outside the clerk's office for residents with a sign stating, "Help a Disabled Neighbor." By donating just $4, you can pay for one person's discount. We can have the boxes out at our festivals or other functions to pay for the vehicle stickers and perhaps even raise enough money to help more people in the future. I'm asking that our village attorney draft an ordinance to extend the same relief to the permanently disabled as we do our seniors for vehicle stickers and refuse. That's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Straight. District 4, Trustee Borderer.
Thank you, Madam President. First off, I'd like to thank Trustee Duhigg for his 4 years of service here as the trustee in my district. Within hours after the election results were in, Mr. Duhigg called me and congratulated me, and within 3 days we met, and he shared all that he knew on the issues that were important in my district. A real statesman. For many, many years, I worked for the Village of Oak Lawn, and I attended many of these meetings. And as I sat in the audience as a policeman, I had the greatest admiration for the people that sat up here on this board and moved the village forward. And down deep in my heart, I look forward to maybe one day sitting in this chair, and today's the day. And I have so many people to thank for that. First off, I want to thank my wife, who said, "Are you crazy?" But supported me out through the whole thing. And I had so many people in my district that came forward, okay, and helped me not only with the financial burdens of running for office, but knocked door to door. And there's so many of them, I don't think I want to get into naming them, but you know who you are, and I thank you. And there's one thing I want to share with my fellow trustees. As I went around and I talked to and knocked on every door in the 4th District, I asked people, what's important? What can the Village of Oak Lawn do to make this a better town? What can I do? And I heard all the things I heard as a policeman. There's speeders on my street. We need stop signs, patch the streets. But the overwhelming thing I heard from the residents is stop the fighting. Work as statesmen. We'll disagree. That's a fact. But we don't have to attack each other personally. And I look forward to being part of this board and to work in a statesman-like manner. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it?
Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Sandra. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Thank you. Likewise. District 6. Trustee
Thank you, Mayor.
Carberry.
I'm looking forward to this opportunity. It's going to be a lot of challenges, but with that, a lot of hard work, and it'll be a lot of fun. I thank my family and everybody coming out here today. Dr. Berry talked about, and Mayor Berry talked about when we met early on in this campaign, is truly putting Oak Lawn first. And I'm looking forward to getting on to what we talked about and what we ran on. I think it's going to be fun. And I think if we work together, which I think we will, we're going to get a lot done. And we're going to do it the right way. So, Mayor, looking forward to it.
Thank you. Moving to item 9 on the agenda, Village Manager's Report.
Thank you, Mayor Berry, and my congratulations to Trustee Carberry, Trustee Vorderer, Trustee Desmond, Trustee Olenichek on your election, and Mayor Berry on your election, and Village Clerk Jane Quinlan, and congratulations to all the spouses, family members, significant others that have agreed to give up your best to join us on this board on many late nights and evenings. Thank you. I would be extremely remiss if I didn't make a few remarks about two gentlemen that are not on this dais and were gracious enough to be here tonight, and that's Trustee Tom Phelan and Trustee Tom Duhigg. I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that both those individuals gave it their all. They did put Oak Lawn first. Tom had a financial acumen and knowledge and wisdom that he imparted to his very best ability on your behalf. And I can assure you there were many, many issues that, thanks to his leadership, we did plot ahead on some tough matters. Tom Duhigg, as a district trustee, found out that there was about the largest construction project in this village's history, largest in our history about to take place, and he wanted to get his arms around it on behalf of all residents, but in particular his district because of the impact nearby. And the story that Trustee Vorder just told is an outstanding story of two statesmen getting together, passing the torch, keeping an even keel and pressing ahead on your behalf to make sure that your interests are all addressed on that important project. So thank you, Tom Phelan. Thank you, Tom Duhigg, and to your families as well for the sacrifices they made to share you with the community. Thank you. I have no other matters, Madam Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to item number 10 on the agenda. This is a request to approve and direct the promotions to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners of 1 police lieutenant and 1 police sergeant from the current eligibility list due to a retirement and department appointments. So I would, can I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Properly moved by Trustee Olenichik, seconded by Trustee Vorderer. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, okay, please take the vote.
Sure. Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichik?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
And Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item number 11 is a request to approve the purchase of an F-250 truck in the Oaklawn Fire Department in the amount of $34,000. The funds for the capital lease loan on the vehicle are available under the 2013 capital budget.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, properly moved by Alex Olenichik.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Streit. Any discussion? Okay, please take the roll.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichik?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Item number 12 is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for a variation from Ordinance 11-18-42 regarding flat work and impervious surfaces, which was an 8-0 vote. Petition number 2013-16 for 8749 South Newland Avenue in District 1. May I have a motion on items 12 and 13?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, properly moved by Trustee Desmond, seconded by Olenichik. Any discussion on item 12? Okay, please take the roll.
Take 12 and 13 together.
12 and 13, pardon me.
Okay. Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichik?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Item number 14 is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for a 32.94% parking variation and landscaping setback variation at 6101 West 95th Street, which was a 8-0 vote. Petition number 2013-19, GenCare Neighborhood Medical Center is the petitioner in District 3. And can I have a motion on items 14 and 15, please?
Madam President, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, properly moved by Trustee Vorderer. May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Desmond. Is there any discussion on this petition? Yes, sir.
I initially signed my claim in for public comments. I reserve the right to speak
Okay.
at this time. May I?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can you please state your name and
Sure.
address for the record?
Michael Belordis, 535 North Michigan, Chicago.
Thank you.
60611. Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. I know this is a special evening for a lot of people, and congratulations. The purpose of my comments today, I'm speaking on behalf of the owner of the House of Brides property. We were at one point a candidate for the GenCare operation. GenCare is the petitioner now seeking the parking variance. Our property was initially the first choice for the GenCare operation, which we feel would be a great asset to the community, and we're not looking to derail their efforts in coming into Oak Lawn because of the service that they provide. However, there have been, in the past few months, a set of disturbing and alarming facts concerning the events which brings us here today. namely that our property, and I mean our property, I'm referring to the House of Brides property, was the primary choice for the GenCare operation. And when GenCare initially approached the village concerning its petition, it was directed, dare I say, encouraged to go to look at other alternate sites, which it really didn't want to. There was a point in time where they filed for 2 petitions for the same operation. The petitions I'm referring to is the parking variance. Our property had a smaller variance compared to the alternate site, which is up for a vote today. Our property was before the P&D Commission on 2 occasions, one on April 1st and April 15th. And I don't believe there was a quorum on the April 1st meeting. There was for the April 15th meeting. And at that time, it was a 4-4 vote. So it was a non-recommendation for our property. For the alternate site, which is again before us today, it was a 2-6 no. So at that time, the petitioner elected to withdraw its petition for our property and pursue the other property, which to us raised a lot of red flags. So we started looking into a little bit more and started discovering, again, these alarming set of facts. And I'm not sure if the board is aware of those facts or some of the allegations that have been made, but we feel as a property owner in Oak Lawn that they should be investigated to a degree. So right now, the petitioner is looking for a vote on this alternate site, which again was a 2-6 no.
And the House of Brides, though, is not on the agenda, sir.
It is not.
Correct.
We're aware of that, right.
Okay.
They withdrew that petition.
Yes.
And the petitioner went before the P&D Commission sometime the last meeting, and they were approved 8-0. So they got the recommending body's approval to go in front of the board today. However, we feel that that we were left out of an opportunity to engage in what we thought was a free enterprise and business with the GenCare operation. However, it was derailed. It was derailed for a variety of reasons, which...
Just reminding you have 3 minutes for comments. So
okay. Thank you. For a variety of reasons, which I don't think is appropriate to go into now, but however, we would ask the board to open an investigation. There is some correspondence that was issued by the outgoing village president, which we would appreciate would be looked at very closely. And secondly, we would feel it to be appropriate for the board to remand the variance back to the P&D Commission for reconsideration, at which time we would reestablish a dialogue with GenCare to see what would be appropriate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mrs. Mayor, if I may, if it's okay, earlier I had withdrawn my request to speak out of, to honor the board because I didn't see House of Brides on the agenda. But now that I hear them speak, there is something that I think is important that the residents do know.
Can you state your name and address, please?
Certainly. Steve Radis, 9921 Massasoit Avenue, Oak Lawn. For the past 6 years, I served on the Planning and Development Commission. I've heard some rumblings throughout the village that House of Brides was considering legal allegations against the village for whatever reason. So all I did was simply Google House of Brides and the owner, Dale Badzicki. And I found out that there's a press release here from the Attorney General's office stating that that Mr. Badzicki was found guilty of failing to pay over $270,000 in retail sales tax, part of which was for the Oak Lawn House of Brides. And I think it's important that people realize that if we're expected to bend over backwards for somebody looking to rent their building, they should at least be paying their sales tax. And then I also did a search on the Better Business Bureau. I found 97 complaints just over the past year from just the House of Brides in Oak Lawn. And I also found that the House of Brides got evicted from a location in Orland Park where they failed to pay over $220,000 in rent. So I'm just going to leave it at that, but I think if they're going to come up here after the fact and talk about something that's not on the agenda. I think the residents should know who they are. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Redis. Is there any other discussion regarding this number 16? Okay, hearing none. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. Very good. Number 16, I'm sorry. Number 16 is ordinance number 13-09-29, an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 7, Section 4 of the Oak Lawn Village Code pertaining to the creation of a legislative license and ethics committee. May I have a motion, please, on number 16?
Motion to approve?
Properly moved by Trustee Oliniechek,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion, gentlemen?
Yes. I have some questions. Could I direct my questions to the village council?
You can discuss it.
Okay. All right. First of all, okay, I'm sorry. My first question for council was, given that this ordinance has the name Peterson, Johnson, and Murray, did your firm draft the ordinance?
We did.
Okay. All right. I could ask, so nobody presented you with the ordinance. This is just something that you drafted and presented to the board.
That's correct.
At the board's request or at whose request?
It was at the request of Mayor-elect Barry and Manager Deacon.
Okay, all right. And so it's before us tonight. It's been motioned and second. So you reviewed this ordinance?
I did.
Okay, all right, all right. Now, well, if given that, I would like to address some concerns that I have about it. First of all, if I could direct you to page 54, which is the cover letter for the ordinance, it does say that this is an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 7, Section 4 of the Village Code. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And then if you go to page 56, under the heading of legislative license and ethics committee, it's titled, it's referred to as Title I, Section 7, Chapter 7, Section 5. Are you aware of that?
I was not. I believe that's a typo.
Okay, that's a typo.
Right.
Okay, all right, I can go with that. But Title I, Chapter 7-5 is actually, do you know what committee that is?
I don't off the top of my head.
Okay,
Trustee
that's the
Streit.
Quality Control Committee.
Correct.
Okay, so we're not amending that?
No,
Okay, that section.
that's not the intent, absolutely. not.
Okay, all right, so that's a typo. On page 56, on page 55, and do you have the copy? of
I
that?
do not have it in front of me,
Okay,
Trustee
all
Streit.
right.
I apologize.
Okay.
Is
Did you get a copy?
Yeah.
In front of you, please?
I don't know if I have.
Could he look at
I
your
don't have the
copy?
whole big thing. You got it?
Yes, sir.
I got it right here.
Okay, all right, so this would be on page 56? 56?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
go down to paragraph 7. Okay, the last sentence ends with, and ethics POW. Do you see that?
I'm sorry, where?
Paragraph 7.
Yeah, I'm counting from here.
No, it would be, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, it would be down to,
Oh, what that is.
right here, this is it.
Oh, in the whereas clause?
Right.
So on page 55?
Right. Right here, and ethics POW.
I do see that.
Okay, can you tell me what that means?
Can I read?
Policy, probably, I'd imagine.
It should read policies.
Policies and, okay. All right, so just another typo?
Correct.
Okay, all right. And then on page 56 in section A, it says that the appointment to the, excuse me, that the appointment to committees is the mayor and the board voting jointly, but the ordinance gives the power to the mayor to appoint. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so I think the statute says that the appointment, the appointment power is that it's the mayor with the advice and consent of the board.
That's correct.
So I think this ordinance is contrary to that, because it's giving the appointment power to the mayor.
Where it reads, appointed by the president with the advice and consent of the Board of Trustees.
Right.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm not understanding.
Okay, all right. I think it's...
I believe that.
You think it's consistent with the statute?
The statute, which statute?
Well, the statute being that the appointment power is that it's the board and the mayor and the board would vote on it jointly. I think it's inconsistent with the statute myself. You don't think that?
Not with advice and consent.
Okay, all right, okay, fair enough. All right, then also on page 56, on section C1, okay, it states that the committee has the power to require village officers to appear. So do you think that then that the committee has the authority, the legal authority to require the mayor, the clerk, or trustees to appear before it? That would be, you believe that they have that statutory power?
As a village officer?
Right.
That's how all the other committees read within the village. Every other committee has that same power. That's where we took that language from. I believe, under a strict definition of the ordinance, I believe, yes.
Okay, I'd like to see that, a legal opinion on that. I don't agree, I don't think that that's...
They have the power to require?
Right, that's correct.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
I could provide that for you.
Thank you very much, okay. That's all I have.
Miss Mayor, may I please?
Trustee
address the
Olenichek.
board? Well, first of all, I want to commend the mayor for living up to a promise of bringing ethics to the board and doing it the right way. I do appreciate that a trustee is taking the initiative to read the ordinance prior to us voting on it, which is what we're supposed to do. I do know that we have some new trustees here, so what I will tell you will make us successful is we get our packets on Friday. If you could get questions to the staff prior to the village board meeting, it tends to make this go a little bit quicker. And one of the things I did want to read, that number one that Trustee Strite said, he didn't do the whole thing. It's the power of the Legislative License and Ethics Committee shall be to review policies and recommend changes to the Board of Trustees. In addition, the committee shall have the power to require village officers, department heads, and employees to appear before it and answer questions and assist the committee in its deliberations. And I think it's a powerful statement that what we are going to commit to is transparency in this village and making sure that the residents can ask questions and understand that we have a ethics that we're going to operate openly and honestly with the residents in the village. And this is the first part of going completely, passing an ordinance that identifies one area as not ethics. Our ethics ordinance that we're committed to passing is going to address all areas, so that way there is no skirting around exceptions to the rule. We have made a commitment in putting Oak Lawn first, and this is the first that the mayor is putting forward, and I commend you for doing this. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Any other discussion on this ordinance? Okay, Clerk Quinlan, please call the vote. Sure.
Trustee Strite?
I think that the idea of the ordinance is good, but I do think it needs some work, so at this time, I'm going to ask that I would rather see the legal opinion before I would support it, so that would be a no.
Okay.
Okay. Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
These are wrong sheets. Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-1. Chris.
Item number 17 is a resolution number 13-09-17, which is a resolution to approve the lease agreement between the Village of Oak Lawn and the Oak Lawn Hometown Middle School District 123. May I have a motion on number 17, please?
Make a motion to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Oliniechek,
Seconded.
seconded by trustee Vorder. Any discussion?
I have a couple of questions for the village manager.
Thank you, trustee Street.
Thank you. Was the director of the senior citizens and their staff involved in the negotiations with the lease?
Mr. Mayor and Board, the senior director and also staff would not be involved in negotiation of a lease. That would be highly unusual in any case. Were they involved in the process? Absolutely. And to the extent that on several occasions, myself, Village Clerk Jane Quinlan, Josh Jones, and today I was there with the entire management team and counseling team of Genesis to meet with the seniors along with Estelle and to explain how we're going to embrace this change, give them the target dates, the grand opening, which will be on May 30th. We had a delightful meeting before their movie today, and I thought it was quite a productive meeting. Every meeting I've been at the seniors has been excellent, because change is not easy. But the actual negotiations would be done by the manager's office in concert with the superintendent's office of District 123. There is a representative from 123 in the audience if you have any questions of the district. They've been outstanding to work with. Pleasure to work with the superintendent, chairman of their board, and staff.
Just a follow-up question then. I understand that they weren't involved in the negotiations. Do they support the ultimate decision that was made to move into this facility? The director and the staff of the senior center.
Well, the staff consists of 2 dispatchers for busing, consists of a wonderful woman, Carol, who assists Estelle, and Estelle, our director. And I can't speak for those individuals. I've worked closely with them personally, as well as Josh has on a regular basis, Steve Barrett, Dan Omazinski, and I certainly hope they would be very supportive. But as you recall, this emanates from a decision of the board months ago to move forward on the redevelopment of the site to the south of Village Hall. So the relocation of the center, which gives you as a board, because we have new members here, flexibility, 2-year lease with a 5-year option. And the seniors all know that if there's a desire of this board in the future as part of planning through the budget process this fall, the next fall, to consider a new center at a different location of that, you have the flexibility. But we do not have the flexibility to not take action. We looked at the Brandt School. We worked with the Oak Lawn Park District at Memorial Park. And McGugan was one of the properties that was considered. We will be a tenant along with Advocate Medical Center that performs their emergency training. We like that as a tenant, and Lakeside Baptist Church. So there'll be a lot of activity and people there.
Trustee Oliniechek.
I think it's good that we're bringing this out. I know that there's been concerns from the seniors that do use the senior center. I can only go back and look at the 4-3 vote that sold the land for development that we are not getting out of. That is going to happen. The promise that was made by the majority of the board at that point that the seniors would have a place to go, that they would work personally to make sure that they had a place to go. I am a little bit concerned that that trustees didn't work with the board and with us to make sure that the seniors had a place to go. But I will tell you, in talking to the staff, I think that finding a place like the facility at McGugan with some work and some tender loving care, and also listening to some of the concerns of the seniors of how are they going to get there, what type of parking are they going to have, is there signage, is it easy in and out? I really think that we can make this work for them until we figure out how we're going to move forward, because there's not a person on this board that doesn't believe that the seniors deserve a senior center that they can be proud of. Unfortunately, because of the amount of time and how quickly the real estate deal was voted on a 4-3 vote, which I believe you did vote for the sale of the land, there were many questions that we weren't given the ability to ask at that time. And one of them was the deal with the senior center and how that was going to be worked into the new development, which from what I understand that's not a part of the new development.
Trustee, I'm glad you brought that up, and again, I don't want to belabor the point. We're a very positive evening tonight, but I want to make it crystal clear. In a meeting with the developer in the last week, last Friday I believe it was, I can tell you absolutely nothing, zero, was done on any proposed senior center at that new location. And that is not a fault of the developer, not a fault of the administration, the staff. And my obligation as your manager is to make sure that the seniors were taken care of, find them a safety net, find them a place that they can land safely, embrace them, work with them, and we are doing that, sir.
And the point being that the seniors will have the same services, the same amount of space, and the same ability to do the things that they're currently doing now. And now, anytime you move, it's a little rough when you change from one house to another, but we will make sure that we spend the time to make sure that these things are evened out, correct?
I would say, Trustee, that the men and women that, when I go to the center, we're talking about a group of 45 to 75 wonderful citizens in this community who have paid taxes for years. And one lady today said, Mr. Manager, we've already paid for this school. Sounds like a good use of property. And I think her words ring quite true. Having said that, they'll have access to a gym when we have our grand opening next Thursday. That's their traditional luncheon. We will be sharing the gym. School is out, so that gym isn't being used by the kids anyhow. It's an improvement over what we have in our current location, and we're going to have a good time, but we promised them that we want to hear from them, how can we expand services? And the number one thing I heard today is seniors saying, Mr. Manager, we'd like to see the field trips that we used to have some time ago reinstituted. We thought that was a great idea, and both Mike and Catherine from Genesis Therapy Services, which are both ordained clergy and certified psychiatric psychologists and with experience in geriatrics, reached out to them and said, that's a wonderful idea. Let's work together to not only give you the same services that you have, but can we not go to a higher level in Oak Lawn? So I think by improving services and working with this board, we'll have time to plan for the future for our seniors and even provide them better services. But we are going to put them, I think, in a very comfortable, caring, warm setting, and with more staff than they've ever had before, trained in the areas that they should get the services in. Thank you, Mr. Trustee.
Trustee Vorder?
Yeah, Madam President, first off, and as trustee-elect, the village manager filled me in a little bit on this concept of moving the senior center into a school building. And I'm absolutely thrilled about this intergovernmental partnership. We're taking a taxpayer-paid facility, and we're partnering with the Village of Oak Lawn to provide a location for our seniors. And I think it's a better location than the current location. There's more parking. It's more of a residential neighborhood. And I strongly support the concept of working with other governmental agencies to share the tax dollar and the burden. We're taxed enough, and if we can do that type of partnership, I think we're working hard for the people. That's all I have, Madam President.
Thanks. Larry Fetchkel's in the audience. Would you care to say anything, sir?
Larry, if you could please come to the dais, introduce yourself, and I think what would be helpful is I haven't even told the story of what you are already proactively doing for the seniors and why you think this is a nice fit for your facility.
I'm Larry Fetchko. I'm the District 123 Community Liaison Officer. Larry, as Larry knows, it was a bit of a challenge working with the village because things are moving pretty quickly here. So we're happy to have, we went through a couple different alternate sites. We welcome the opportunity to work with the village, to work with the seniors. We do think it's a better location than we're at. It's a little less congested, a little bit easier out in terms of parking. Overall, I think it's going to be a good fit. We've got some work to do at the facility as well, and maybe look to develop some programs with the seniors as well, too, through the school district.
Thank you.
So that's what.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Okay. Please call the roll.
Trustee Streit?
No.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-1.
Item number 18 is a resolution number 1309-18, a resolution approving an agreement between the Village of Oak Lawn and Sequin Services Incorporated on behalf of Intersect for Ability for Property Maintenance Services. May I have a motion?
I'd like to motion to postpone.
Is there a second?
Second?
Okay. Please take the roll.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Oh, any discussion? I'm sorry.
No discussion on this.
Oh, okay.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
And Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes to postpone.
Okay. We have a few proclamations here. I'm going to read these separately, and Jane, should we vote on them separately or together?
We can, together's fine.
Okay. The first one is Village of Oak Lawn proclamation for the Ride of Silence on May 15th, 2013. Whereas that began as a one-time event in 2003 to honor a falling bicyclist is now an international phenomenon occurring in 300 cities worldwide. And whereas the Ride of Silence is a free ride that informs motorists, police, and city officials about cyclists' legal right to share the roadways. It's also a chance to honor those who have been killed or injured while bicycling on public roadways. And whereas the Village of Oak Lawn is committed to providing a safe bicycle environment and proudly supports the Ride of Silence. Now therefore, I, Sandra Berry, Village President of the Village of Oak Lawn, along with the Village Oak Lawn Board of Trustees, do hereby recognize the Ride of Silence as an important and meaningful event and remind all citizens to recognize that bicycles belong on public roadways and ask them to commit to safely sharing our roadways with cyclists. Okay. And the second proclamation is National Public Works Week, May 19th through the 25th, 2013. Whereas since 1960, the American Public Works Association has sponsored National Public Works Week. And whereas across the nation, our more than 28,000 members use this week to energize and educate the public on the importance of the contribution of public works in their daily lives, planning, building, managing, and operating the heart of our communities and building the quality of life. And whereas public works professionals use sustainable solutions to bring their communities the highest possible quality of life within a framework of environment, social, and economic responsibility. And whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives. And whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as water, sewers, streets and highways, public buildings, and solid waste collection. Whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on these facilities and services. Whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skill of public works officials. And whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitude and understanding of the importance of the work they perform. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Sandra Berry, Village President of the Village of Oak Lawn, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through the 25th, 2013 as National Public Works Week in the Village of Oak Lawn. I call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions which public work officials make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life. Approve this 14th day of May 2013. May have a vote on these? Clerk? May I have a motion to approve these?
Motion to approve?
Properly moved by Trustee Olenichek.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Carberry. Please call the roll.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Village clerk report, please.
Okay. Disbursement Resolution Number 2013-08, approval of semi-monthly disbursements dated May 14th, 2013, in the amount of $4,397,334.41.
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Olenichek.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Vorder. Any discussion? Please take the roll.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
And Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes. One more thing, Mayor. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And my family's been absolutely wonderful. My husband's out there saying, hurry up, Jane, I know it. But so many people in this room I see tonight, and some of them have left, and I can't thank everyone enough. And I see Trustee Tom Phelan back there, and just like Trustee Olenichek said, I don't know anyone that ever worked harder for the village of Oak Lawn, and he was pretty amazing, and he did a lot of great things for Oak Lawn. Thank you, Tom, for that, for everything. Trustee Duhigg, also a former Unity Party member, just an awesome person. He always brought that calming sense to the board, and he worked very, very hard, especially on the advocate issues, and he'll always be my friend. I thank him very much. And to my campaign manager, Jimmy Richards, I worked with him for a full year. He had to put up with me. And my good friend Sharon McDermott that ran our day-to-day operations, and I don't know what I'd do without them. And our staff here, they always had a kind word, no matter what time of the day it was or where I was. Thank you. And Larry Deachin, I don't know what I'd do without him here. He's been phenomenal for the village of Oak Lawn, just so people do realize. My deputy clerk, Chris, and Carmi, I don't know. We're all like sisters here. And I just want to know, I dedicated my reelection to, this is very difficult, two good friends that worked tirelessly on my campaign, and one of them was Bob Hennessy, former commander of the VFW, passed away suddenly, and he was leaving the VFW to go over to my campaign office with a lot of papers for me. And Jen Enright, what was Jen, Marge, 94 years old? I didn't want to ask her to come in and help call, but she insisted on it, and they both passed away recently, so I dedicated my reelection to them. Two wonderful people, Bob Hennessy and Jen Enright, so thanks to everybody. And I'm really enjoying my first meeting with the new board, and especially Dr. Berry here. She's a kind lady.
Thank you, Jane. Under Village President's Report, General Village Matters, I don't have much to say. Everyone's been saying thank you all night, and I'm going to just keep going with that tone. I want to sincerely thank the people of Oak Lawn for this incredible privilege and opportunity to serve you. I am so humbled and proud as I begin my service as Oak Lawn Mayor. I want to thank my small army of volunteers and supporters who worked so tirelessly and believed in putting Oak Lawn first. Many of you are in the room. Many were here earlier and had to leave. This outgoing board, I can't thank you enough for your service. On behalf of the Village of Oak Lawn, thank you, one and all. Thank you, Mayor Heilman, Trustee Phelan, Trustee Duhigg, Trustee Trouch. Your service has been outstanding, and I sincerely thank you. My Oak Lawn First team, sitting up here with me, I couldn't be prouder and just more humbled to be with you all. Trustee Vorder, Clerk Quinlan, and Trustee Strite, I really look forward to working with you as well. My office staff were here earlier. They allowed me to campaign by being so professional and wonderful and carrying the load. I especially want to thank Dr. Narboni, who really allowed me to do this by picking up a lot of extra things at the office. My family was here, those with us and those not with us in heaven. My mother in particular, I think of her a lot with Mother's Day, and my aunt, her sister, is here. And it's just so wonderful to have you here. Everyone said I was crazy to do this, but I'm crazy and smiling, and I'm just so humbled and proud. So that's all I had to say, and if I left anyone out, I sincerely apologize. Larry, I didn't acknowledge you. I'm sorry. And anyway. So we have item B, and this is a request to approve a Class I liquor license. This is restaurant liquor bar permitted for Flame Wings Ale House at 8757 South Ridgeland Avenue in Oak Lawn in District 1. May I have a motion?
I'd like to forward a motion to postpone this.
Okay, properly moved to postpone by Trustee Desmond, seconded by Trustee Olenichek. No discussion on postponement? Okay. Please call the vote.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
And Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes to postpone.
Okay. So item B and C were together, I imagine. I don't need to.
I think you should call the
Okay,
item as well.
so I'll read item C as well. This is ordinance number 13-09-30, an ordinance increasing the number of Class I liquor licenses that can be issued in the village. Flame Wings Ale House, 8757 South Ridgeland Avenue.
Yeah, forward a motion to postpone.
Properly moved to postpone by Trustee Desmond,
Second.
seconded by Olenichek. Trustee Olenichek, excuse me.
Take the roll.
Please take the roll.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
And Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes.
May I have a motion for item 22 on the agenda?
So moved.
Motion to adjourn, properly moved by Trustee Olenichek,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Strite.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.